Hey guys, I'm Spacey and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about time management and I'm going to give you 3 tips so you can become masters of your time. It's useful for your private life, your work life, really applicable everywhere. So over the last few years I struggled a bit with managing to deliver some tasks on time and finding the time to do everything. And here comes tip number 1. To get some peace of mind, I would advise you to find some time, find some peaceful and quiet time where you won't be distracted. You can ask your colleagues to leave you alone, or you can tell your family, okay, I really need to concentrate now. And use this time to write everything down, everything that you need to do. Write it down. It doesn't necessarily need to be on paper, but that's what I prefer to use because I'm a bit old-fashioned. You could use digital ways as well. One very good app for that is Trello.com. I'm going to leave the link down below. And basically the idea is you write everything you gotta do and then it sort of declutters your mind and you can more objectively look at all the tasks that you have to do. So then you can assess them. And tip number 2, rank them in terms of how important is this task. So I really like using a numbering system where I would mark the must-dos, so the non-negotiables, with an A, the letter A, then rank them from 1, 2, 3 onwards, depending on how important they are. And tasks that need to be done, but they wouldn't affect my progress too much or at all, I would mark them with the B, with the C, etc, etc. Side note, I would try to delegate as much as possible because it gives other people a chance to develop new skills and it gives me more time to focus on my core activities as well. So very important here is when you go through this list, try to pick out the tasks that are going to bring you the most progress. So very often following the Pareto principle, 80-20, 20% of the things you do give you 80% of the progress you achieve. So you know which these tasks are, I'm sure you do. Try to start your day or your afternoon with them, depending on what you prefer, but make sure you do these tasks and don't spend time doing other sort of administrative activities. So one very bad example I have is there was a tough conversation I needed to have with someone in my team and I kept putting it off because I wasn't 100% comfortable with it. And with this time I used to do all sorts of administrative tasks like filling in the timesheet for the team, making sure all the bills are paid, etc, etc. And while these are important things that you eventually need to do, had I spoken to that team member much earlier, we would have achieved progress much faster. So this is tip number 2. Rank your tasks based on their importance and how much each one of them can help you. And the third one is multitasking does not exist. There's plenty of studies that show that the human brain cannot really multitask. So what it would do is spend a few seconds or a few milliseconds on a different task. And if you say, oh, I'm multitasking and I'm doing 3 different things at the same time, you would actually be spending split seconds on each one of them. And as the saying goes, if you're chasing 2 rabbits, you usually end up with none. So my advice to you would be, whatever you do, focus on this task and this task only. You can use time boxing, so you dedicate the next 20-30 minutes or an hour, whatever, to a specific task, and do not get distracted with other activities at that time. Try to put your phone on silent, try to mute all your notifications, and this way you can complete the task with much higher confidence, and when you finish it, your brain gives you a little extra boost of dopamine. So that's great. And then you're much more eager to go on with the next task rather than trying to finish 3 tasks at the same time and not knowing what's expected of you in either one of them. So here it it is, guys. My top 3 hacks for time management. Write it all down. Write it all down in peace and quiet. Rank your tasks in terms of importance. And number 3, do one at a time. There's plenty of time and you always have things to do, so make sure you pay proper attention to them. That's it for me today. Take care. Ciao.